Bounty Hunter. Venom.
And we're back. Game number 2 of this best of 3. LGD taking on Rattlesnake. Rattlesnake dropped game 1. Took them about 40 minutes for LGD to close the door on them. A lot of Midases out on the map, about 5 of which. And, yeah, a lot of fun stuff going around Twitter about that at the moment. So join in that if you get the chance. Always fun to see how public opinion is swayed by professional action. But I'll tell you what, seeing a couple of first picks come out here. The first pick, Pugna, not a huge surprise. Again, that hero has received a lot more attention of late. But the Bounty Hunter first pick, setting the tone for LGD. And tell you what, I don't think I've seen a Bounty Hunter first pick in more than a year, maybe even longer than that. Been quite some time. Nonetheless, to break it down and give us a good reason why this makes sense, that's Ben Merlini-Wu joining us for the analysis and insight. And Ben, I mean, in game 1, I mean, we won't dwell on game 1 too much longer. I mean, it was just kind of a nutso game with both teams all over the place and very greedy drafting from LGD, followed by Rattlesnake drafting a very aggressive, mid-game oriented lineup that just never found its stride. Now here in game 2, talk about greed. How about a Bounty Hunter first, my friend?
Well, the only way to increase your GPM further than Midas is track golds, and then combine that with Alchemist, and then combine that with some more stacking. So I don't actually know
5
what
Midas.
is going
5
on
Midas
here.
strat. That's what it is. It's 5 Midas.
Yeah. It's just more Midas. Just you want to be all about that GPM, right? Unfortunately, he gets a little bit countered by Necro 3. Bounty Hunter, I think he's a decent pick. It dissuades a lot of 6.78 picks, such as Nerubian Weaver, or just Weaver, as well as Nyx Assassin, but those aren't really popular anymore. It dissuades Shadow Blades, but Shadow Blade also got nerfed, so I think it's more of a situational pick than a first pick. It was really high ranked, in my opinion, before, and now with like dual lanes, he's like a little bit stronger now, too, because he can soak up a little bit of an experience, but he didn't have that much trouble before, so I'm a little bit just like... It's going to be a different playstyle, I think, from LGD if they do first pick Bounty Hunter. But in terms of like it actually being a good pick, I don't think it's a good pick. But I think it's just more there for their playstyle. Like, hey, we want to kill people at like the 15 to 25 minute mark and get a lot of track kills in team fights. So, I mean, that part's exciting. But, I mean, we saw last game. I thought it was going to be like a push fest and it'd be like, oh, man, Rattlesnake's just going to 5-man down mid and just like crush us while anti-mage tries to farm it. I thought it was going to be like a race against the clock, but it was really like a snore fest while we wait for the Midases to just kick in and more Midas and more Midases. And that's about all you can say about game number 1. So this one hopefully will be turning over a new leaf. Bounty Hunter, Venomancer, Clockwork, aggressive heroes, a lot of kills around the map. Good killing stuff going on here.
Very much agree. And tell you what I want to see. I'm not calling it and saying it's what we're going to see, but as much as teams are experimenting, I want to see a mid Bounty Hunter. Show it to me. I want to see a Bounty Hunter hit 6 super early and then rotate another hero in from another lane while he just does nothing but roam with a quick 6. Like, that would be fun to watch. And, you know, the kill count, all things considered, was actually quite low in our last game.
It was super low. It was like 11 to like 9, like 15 minutes in, and then it was just like 5 kills in like 20 minutes, and it was just it was not the most pleasant game I've spectated. But Bad Rider too. See, this is getting exciting. You're gonna get pumped for this.
Exactly. Little Bat, little Crystal Maiden. We got Fire of different sorts. We've got Ice of different sorts. The Lich actually hasn't been picked or banned, and
what's going on here?
That just tells you what a volatile state the current like draft, pick ban meta is, and how teams feel about heroes, just how all over the place these teams really are. Because basically, we saw 1 or 2 games the day that 6.79 came out and we were doing our broadcast. We saw 1 or 2 games where Lich wasn't picked or banned. Then he was picked and he just dominated in a duo mid situation. And predominantly across the board in multiple tournaments, multiple teams, no matter the scene, Lich has been of first pick, first ban status. And now just randomly, after being first picked and first banned in game 1, just randomly we decide, you know what? No, it's fine. We're going to go through the entire second ban phase and now on into the second pick phase, or third pick phase, I should say. And we're not even going to get him. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Just really chaotic stuff going on with the way people are approaching this game, especially at the professional level.
Clearly, you don't need to ban Chen, though. Just counter Chen with 3 Midases. It's so simple, right?
So easy.
Come on.
Easy peasy.
I know.
You're going to have the Midases anyway. I mean, who's not going to build 3 Midases in this post 6.79 world in which we live? I mean, who's not
banning out Nature's Prophet now? That's a good one. No, that's a good ban.
Yep, Lifestealer going to make his way in, and this feels a little, to be honest, other than like if you neglect when Bounty was picked, it feels almost like a little bit like a 6.78 kind of a game.
No, totally. Except Pugna. Pugna just doesn't really fit into their lineup. It's not good versus any of LGD's heroes because there's no heavy int casters. It's like decent AoE, but there's a lot of heroes that give decent AoE. If you want something with AoE, just pick THD. And then they don't really have good push on their team either. And the Decrepify does not synergize at all with their lineup. Like Lifestealer plus Pugna, no synergy. So it's just like very strange how they first pick Pugna every time. And I mean, it didn't really do that much in their triple lane last game. It didn't really do that much last game at all, to be honest. So I'm surprised that they valued this pick so highly compared to something that we've seen be very effective, like Lich, that actually wins games, that actually wins lanes and team fights.
Oh yeah, Lich in any situation really is just a monster, especially when you put him with any lineup that can benefit from some more survivability, which is pretty much any composition of all time. I mean, Ice Armor is often overlooked for just how good it is and how well it scales, all things considered. I mean, it's free armor one way or the other. And if you decide to focus it up early, you can take a melee physical DPS hero and make him feel damn near invincible. But anyway, like, I mean, looking at the way these lineups shake out, it is, again, just such a volatile state. It's almost impossible to accurately predict lanes anymore. And even if you do try to predict lanes, half the time they roam and they switch so often that it's almost a useless exercise. But Vengeful Spirit will round out LGD Gaming's lineup. Her Vengeance Aura and the Minus Armor will, of course, or the Minus Armor, I should say, will certainly help out.
Last pick list. That's a value right there.
Exactly. It's like snagging up Tom.
It's like snagging up a Midas at 10 minutes.
Exactly. Or I was going to make a fantasy football reference. Going to say it's like snagging up Tom Brady in the second round. Just it's good value. It's good value.
Everybody can relate to Midases. Okay, I gotta lay off the Midas jokes. I mean, just last game was just absurd. I still can't. It still boggles my mind how absurd it is that 5 people get Midases in the game and then nothing happens. Like no team punishes another team for getting that many Midases. It's insane. Like the team that gets it, the team that's ahead gets it to get further ahead, and the team that's behind gets it to catch up to the team that's ahead. Right. So it's just like, what in the world is going on here?
It's like two neighbors staring across the fence at each other. It's like, man, this guy's got a nice new lawnmower. I need a riding lawnmower. Where's my? I need to get one of those. It's fine.
If you could get it on like the Greevils, and it's a greedy Greevil, it should be able to get it. If they could get it on like the chickens, I'm pretty sure they would get it if they could. There's a lone druid too with a double minus. Like, come on now.
Speaking of, one of my favorite tweets I saw in between the breaks was our scheduling administrator, Gianni, who's just a wizard, by the way. Like, without him, none of the D2Ls would have happened. Like, really, the amount that guy works is insane, and the work he does is crazy. But he promulgated a theory that 6.79 is actually secretly Dire Tide. Like, we're all playing Dire Tide and we don't even know it yet. And then after Halloween, it'll all revert. And we'll go back to Sane Land, where Dota makes sense again.
But that would be pretty funny to see. I would like to see that.
Well, as the teams take shape, or the lanes take shape, I should say, no real aggressiveness out of anyone. So we'll take a look at who's handling who. On the side of Rattlesnake, who trails this series 0-1, we have Luo playing on our Lifestealer. We have Johnny handling our Lich, who's setting up shop in the off lane along with that Lifestealer. We're going to have Icy playing on the Bad Rider, who played a phenomenal Clockwork in the last game. I really felt like he had a huge impact, and one reason they hung around as long as they did was his play. 1-2-1 will be setting up shop here in mid. This will be a solo mid Pugna this time around. No supporting for the Pugna man. Sag will be playing on the Crystal Maiden to round out the lineup. On the other side of the river, Zhao 8 going to be back on our Venomancer this time, though. Not going to be in the solo mid position. Instead, taking the Snake Man down the off lane. Yao will be playing on our Bounty Hunter, who's currently just kind of hanging out. Will be a duo lane he's in, at least by all accounts right now. DD will be taking the clock back to mid for the second game in a row. We're going to have DDC playing on our Vengeful Spirit and Gyrocopter, farmed up by Rabbit.
The only lanes I could have predicted this game would be that Gyro's in the safe lane and Bounty Hunter's in the off lane. That's like the only thing I can predict from this game. Xiao 8, we usually see, he's taking a lot of fire on bottom. And we see a Dire Fort, that's clearly a misclick. But like Xiao 8, he's been mid Vino, but this game just is choosing to babysit down bottom. So like even a relatively predictable team like LGD is completely unpredictable in their lanes. So doesn't do us too much good to try and speculate pre-creep spawn just because you just have no idea what's going on. Icy taking a little bit of Raz. Vino Mason has used all his mana. He has boots right now though. I don't know if that's the best idea, using all his mana. Why do you not get a magic stick versus a Bat Rider too? Like, what is going on? Like, all the rules of Dota have been broken now.
It's not Dota, it's Dire Tide. I think Gianni's right. I think that we're gonna start getting crazy drops again and little couriers that everyone goes crazy for 2 months and then forgets completely about and never uses in a game again. But 2 minutes in and madness abounds. It's pure hysteria.
3 stacks. Are we going to see a Firefly?
No, he's taking a lot of damage here, actually. The build that we see right now, the 1-1 out of Zhao 8, it is so easy to underestimate just how much damage you can pour out, even without Gale, as you mentioned.
Over-under on the first Midas.
Over-under?
Over-under on the first Midas. There's no doubt there's going to be a Midas. It's just a matter of
the time or how many?
Time.
The time?
And then we can do how many.
I'm going to go with 9 minutes, 30 seconds.
9 minutes, 30 seconds?
Yep.
Dang, that's late, man. These people get I'm going to go with 7:45.
7:45? All right. So you're saying you're taking the under. Tweet at us. Let us know. You're taking the over or the under.
Okay. I'll take under on 9:30 easily.
Yeah.
My line would have been closer to like 8 something. Yeah, 8-ish. We'll see. Well, I guess top, we see Gyrocopter. He's going to have it denied by Lich a lot. Luo, he's like in the off lane, so he's not going to get it that fast. Actually, I'm feeling way more comfortable about yours.
Yep.
I mean, but you can't discount the mid heroes, though.
Yep. Or you could just have, a carry that gets 4 kills in a matter of 2 minutes and just says, the hell with it. I didn't plan to build one, but I will now.
That's true.
But anyway, relatively quiet all across the board. The 2-1-2.
Taking a lot of harass on bottom.
Yep. I mean, it's been a lot of back and forth. We see Yao doing a good amount of harass with Janata and Shadow Walk, and Icy's actually being forced back to base right now, not feeling very comfortable. He's got 900 gold in his inventory, but really just not a whole lot to report. I mean, you take a look at Pugna, he's up to level 4 already. He has gone 1-1-1 with the second point going into Nether Blast, so, pretty much across the board, pretty stable for him, and 1-1-1 for DD.
Bounty Hunter rotating mid. I'm surprised he didn't pick up an Orb of Venom because he has a Venomancer in his lane. That triple poison, oh my goodness, so strong.
LGD coming back in the lane, keeping an eye on Bounty. Looks like he is going to head on back down. And really, Zag realizes just how dangerous and lethal this lane can be when he's by himself. Icy drops a tango for his buddy. Going to go right back to spamming them napalms.
Almost as often as they're going to spam Midas later. Just keep spamming it. Okay, Xiaowei finally picked up Magic Stick, so things are somewhat making sense now. Going for a little bit different build than last game. I think he went a 2-1-3 build at level 6. We'll see if that holds true. Yao looking for 1-2-1 in mid. He does have level 1. Where's his third skill point? He hasn't scaled it up yet. Is he going to be able to get the chicken? Get the chicken.
Yes.
Get skill up Janani. Get the chicken. Yes, he did it.
Oh, he hasted away. I was watching that too. Getting the invis.
How are you going to get your Midas faster if you don't kill chickens, man? Well, they could potentially kill 1-2-1. He has boots, though, and DD does not. I think he's coming on chicken right now. Once he gets level 6, if they hookshot him, he's dead.
Try again.
And 1-2-1 down in the river. Here comes DD. Yep, no hook
so
shot.
Close to level 6. Oh, what a block!
Yep. And the cogs go down. There's the Nether Blasto doing good damage. And the Nether Ward down as well. There's first blood. DD will take a tower shot. One more. Yep. Oh no! Yao actually stole the aggro from the tower, so they both survive. Finally, 5 minutes in, we get a notch on the board. 1-0. LGD leads.
Icy on bottom, going in on Xiaowei.
Xiaowei going to be flame broken back. The Gale slows him down a little bit. Is it enough? Yes, with Magic Stick, freshly bought, paying for itself. Now we're going to have Sag engaged on. There's the Frostbite. They will get the Crystal Maiden and Xiaowei. Oh, they're going to get him! They got the bat, too! Zhao 8, on arguably the squishiest hero in the entire game, manages to survive an onslaught, 2 attempts at a tower dive. Yao shows up just in time, and somehow, obviously a mistake, buys phase boots instead of his Midas. Don't know what's going on.
Man, Venomancer, too strong.
Hang on, and Rabbit engaged upon in top, and there's the counter engagement out of DDC. We're going to see one dropping. Rabbit in some trouble as DDC comes in. Luo surviving through the rocket barrage thanks to Rage. And there's a stun on the Luo. Will they get him? Battery Assault is there. Rage. Nope, not even needed. So they bring down the Lifestealer in return. Finally, all this quietness is broken. We're going to see 1-2-1 pursuing out. DD, there's a Gale that caught 1. Clock should be safe. Flame breaks off the mark. Now they're going to turn around and re-engage. Stun on to Icy one more time. Nether Blast does some damage to Zhao 8, who's somehow still alive. Icy's not done, though. Up. Thought he was going to turn around, getting into position, but nope. LGD instead, able to stabilize a bit out. So just like that, took us 5 minutes to get our first kill. Now we have 6 in 6 minutes.
I definitely lost this Midas bet, by the way. It seems like they called a Midas truce. Everyone is just going all out aggression. Midas has been banned, guys. And Johnny, level 4, they need level 6 on him ASAP. They need level 6 on Batrider, too. I don't know why they're forcing so many fights early without level 6. Like, Infest, Batrider problems, even without Blink, is still pretty strong. They, like, Freezing Field, we've seen just, like, decimate some fights, too. Chain Frost just absolutely wrecks. I mean, they have track and other stuff, but I think that Rattlesnake, they need level 6 ASAP. They're losing these fights early, and the only way to take it back is to Midas and get level 6. Arcane boost on Pugna, so we see a different build this game.
Definitely the Midas, then. That's what you're saying. And,
sell your Arcane boots and get Midas.
Well, like I said, I mean, Yao's obviously screwed the pooch already. LGD's so far behind. He bought phase boots instead of Midas. Why would you do that? Like, he could have his Midas right now. Like, right now.
What are you doing? Just sell your boots. Do it. Do it. Give in to greed. Okay,
oh, we're gonna run that into the ground, aren't we? Hang on, Rabbit gonna be. Oh, nice swap, gets Rabbit out of trouble. Now the cooldown's gonna be there, and Luo magic stick kept him alive just long enough. There's a hook back onto Sag. Luo comes back out, just gonna make a run for it. Yao's there as well, trying to track him down. Pugna throws out the Nether Blast, good damage done. They're gonna get the ward down in the meantime. No stun from the Venge, so only so far they can pursue. Here comes Zhao 8 though. Zhao 8 sitting at 0, 0, and 1, although every time I look at him, he seems like he's about one gnat's breath from death. And they are going to go ahead and abandon it. Maybe. They're hanging around. Yeah, it looks like there's...
Vino wards.
Yep.
Need more Vino wards.
There's a haste rune down in the river if they want to take a shot at. The hook will be back up in 35 seconds. In the meantime, Bat is finding some farm. He's still sitting on tier 1 boots. Nowhere near a Blink Dagger if he wants to get his tier 2s up first.
I think you don't mean Blink Dagger.
Yep.
I think you mean another. I can see the Vino pick now. Like it actually does pretty well against like the Pugna constant blast too, because it's magic immune. So I guess it's kind of cool. If they're going to first pick Pugna every game, then just first pick Vino every game. It's not so bad, and they're able to just like sit up here and just push constantly, especially with that Earnest Shadows. They're going to get towered over right now though.
Yep, there's the track out as well. Looks like DDC is going to pay for it. Swapped himself about 2 inches. But Johnny going to be a track kill as Yao pursues him out. A little bit of damage done in the meantime, and out comes Luo after the infest. Tracked out as well. They managed to take down Pugna in the secret shop, to the south of the secret shop, I should say, just before that engagement, that dive broke out. 2 to 9, the track kills are beginning to pile up a little bit. Luo doesn't have a whole lot of sustain right now. He's got 3 points into rage. In the meantime, we see the gyrocopter has rotated to bottom to farm. The Cog's going to allow them to zone out this tower. This should be a fairly easy tier 1 down, and it is. Veno going to take the last hit on it. 2,100 gold. And Zhao 8, there it is. 9.5 minutes there on the mark. Dang. It was 9.5 minutes exactly. So exactly. Pay the man. Pay the man.
Too good. Too good at over-under. I owe you a Midas for that.
Yes, you do.
Wow.
Hang on, there's a hook. It's
just as we think there's not going to be any Midas.
And now the swap back on Johnny. Johnny in some trouble, trying to get back behind his own tower, cleaned up with a clockwork rocket. Rabbit now in trouble. Frostbitten from the high ground, and Freezing Field doing good damage. Sag is tracked. Will they get him? No, missed from the low ground. Low ground auto. Nope, never mind. Ward got him. So 3 for 2 the exchange now. Zhao 8. Finally, they're going to pick him off. And there's the Shuriken toss. That's another track kill. Yao is absolutely doing work on the Gondar. Luo, though, going to try to pursue him out. Shows off the dust under his own tower. There's the track, unable to pursue because of that track. Yao's going to go back after him. He's going to go back after him. And Shuriken toss. There it is. And he's cleaned up by Lich, who landed in just as he threw the Shuriken. Absolute pandemonium here in this middle lane. 6 to 14. LGD doubling up their opponents and building a hell of a lead. Getting close to 7,500 gold advantage, thanks in large part to the Gondar pick and the track gold they have just begun to amass. And, of course, I mean, you know, the obvious reason. There's one reason they're ahead, really. Just
Joey died getting killed. He's like, doesn't matter. Got Midas.
Exactly.
See him shaking his head. I mean, look at Rabbit, too. He has a gloves of face, too. This Midas thing is, like, absolutely no joke, though. They are super serious about this. And looks like they're going to get this tower for free on bottom. These wards are just so annoying, though, from Zhao 8. He has max's wards, so I think he maxes ward by level 7. He goes a 1-2-1, 3-3-3-3, and then 4 build. So it's pretty good, though. It's really good, actually. The plague wards are just, I think, actually his best spell now, especially since the buff. I thought they were his best spell before the buff. So now it's a no-brainer.
Here we go. Yao going to find himself another easy kill. And the second Midas has joined us, by the way. Midas, the Midas brothers. Clockwork picked his up. So those who took the over, you were close. I don't even like that. Really was 9.5 minutes on the money. Hang on.
There's more kills.
Yep, more kills, more. The only reason anyone plays Dota, I think, is to get Midas. Like that's why you play for kills. It's quick infusions of gold. Then you get your Midas and you go farm. Like look at Clockwork. That's what you do. You get your Midas. You go, no. I don't want a team fight anymore. Midas is up. I will farm. You guys go deathmatch in mid. It's fine.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Rabbit, let's see. He's about to get his. Hey, 1,400 gold. 1,500.
There it is. Midas number 3. Over under. All right, you gave me one. I'll give you one. What's the over under on total Midases in this game?
I think
Regeneration.
3.5. I think
3.5.
I don't know.
I'll take the over on that. That's easy money all day long. That's easy money all day long. Here we go. Yao caught out and blown up. There's that magic damage. We saw it. Decrepify plus one last Nova from Sag. Enough to finally get a decent kill on the board for Rattlesnake with no bad trades.
I see it goes of haze. Can't take mine back right now.
Nope.
Oh, no, wait. It's for Armlet, a life stealer.
Oh, no. What's he doing? What's he doing? Just buy a glove of haste and not build Midas. You out of your mind.
I think the number's going to be 4, but I can't give 4 as a line.
Yeah, you can. You can say 4. I gave 9.5. I just picked 9.5 because I'm just that much. I'm that brilliant apparently. There's another one. There's Gyro's done. So Gyros. Yep. Clock. And so 3 just on the side of LGD. You say 3.5. We need 1.
4's a better line. I wanted to give a uneven line so we can actually win an over and under.
Okay.
But I think 4 is a fair number.
4 is a fair number. All right. Yeah, you're right. In this case, like it's a little different when you're doing over under on time, but
yeah.
In this case, you're right. You said 3.5. I think 4.5 is probably the better bet. Like that would be a tougher one for me to call.
Yeah, that's true. We're getting to that 14-minute mark, but there are no rules anymore.
Yeah, this isn't Dota. I don't know what this is.
4.5 is a better line. It's a way better line.
So I'll let you recant. That's fine. 4.5's the line. I will still take.
I'll take the under.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'll take the over just to be contrarian. That's fine.
5.
Yeah, I think there'll be 5. I mean, we had 5 last game.
Top. We see the blink on IC. They want to get a kill, but Rabbit has his Midas. He's going to farm in peace. Or is he?
He's trying. Dude, I don't want to fight. It's fine. There's the Firefly, and guessing wrong, they're going to head north while Rabbit doubles back to mid. And this mid-tier 1 has just been whittled down by Plague Wards like crazy. Yep, he's just going to hook up and secure the kill here. And much more active game this game, though. I mean, well, granted, we said that last time. Yao is leading the way.
True. It's about that time.
Yeah,
it's about that time in the game. All the T1s are down. They don't want to venture forth. They don't have the items yet, but they will soon.
And Rattlesnake just needs to show us 2 Midas. Come on. Come on, RS. I need 2. And the over will be in play. And I'm trying to see.
Who else is going to build it, though?
Crystal Maiden.
I don't know.
Crystal Maiden.
Crystal Maiden? She's 4. I don't know if they're going to get any kills, especially with a bounty hunter always in the mist. Well, we see is he going for 50?
DD going to be lassoed back and decrepified and exploded into a billion little gold pieces. Here in mid, they're going to try to counter push. They're going to catch Luo with the Gale, but unable to pursue him out. They had DDC there for the stun. Yao was also up on the high ground, but not willing to overcommit that time. Rattlesnake trying to stem the tide as best they can, but, Midas Gold's legit gold, man. 15 minutes in, 12,000 gold LGD has built.
Look at Clockwork. He's dead with his Midas off cooldown. It
hurts so much. It hurts so much. That's when you, if you have the gold, you buy immediate boots of travel just so you can guarantee your Midas is never
back
off,
to TP to Midas.
Exactly.
You get experience out of it.
Oh, Yao's actually built a Yasha to go with his drums phase build on the Bounty Hunter. And
yeah, no PKB for him this game, which is a little bit surprising, I suppose. That's usually the standard build, phase drums, PKB. Sometimes you get Vlad's and or Desolator, depending on how you're going. But Yasha is something that I do not see very often, just because he often needs survivability. He often is targeted very early in fights. Looks like they're picking out Roshan right now. They can definitely do it with Veno wards, and this is another big benefit of picking Venomancer. You have very good lane control. Like, he just sits here and he just constantly wards out, and if they're not pushing mid, they're up to something funny. And you can just do Roshan or something in the meantime. The ward just lasts super long, too. 40 seconds is pretty darn long. It's able to push out 2 waves on its own.
You can see LGD ready to take a shot at Roshan.
Is Rabbit going to leave to use his Midas?
He should. What's he doing? Don't worry about the Aegis. Give the Aegis to the Vino. It's fine. You know why you give the Aegis to the Vino? Because his Midas is off cooldown. He's obviously earned it. And here we go. Rabbit.
Is he going to Midas? He's TPing. he wants to use that Midas. There you go.
Obviously. Well done. BKB will be up shortly. Like, I don't even know what we're commentating anymore. Like, all we do is just, like, look at inventories just to see if Midas is on cooldown. It's fine. Necro Book is out, by the way, because it would not be 6.79 without a huge number of Necro Book creeps and Midases in the game. Shall 8, though, just with the Necro Book 1. So, all right, we've joked around enough. Let's talk about what Rattlesnake can actually do. We see they're smoked up right now, but to be honest, they're too far behind. Pugner just finishes his mech. That helps. Out comes the armlet. That's a very late armlet, though, given how little else Luo happens to have. It just feels like they're kind of outgunned right now, and it's just a matter of time before they start.
The gold difference is way too big. It's like 14,000 right now. That's ridiculous.
Yep. They're just going to end up starving to death, really.
They do have the thingies, though. The Infest Bomb. Let's see if they can make something happen with that. Xiaowei just placing wards everywhere, though. Like, he can't get a clean initiate. He went over here. He got his blink disabled. He's forced to run back because now they know where he is. And they're forced to go from the front, but they're like Rabbit's in front. He has his Aegis. They have Venge there. If you lasso a Venge, it's kind of a waste. So LGD is very well prepared to handle this push. They're just slow sieging with the constant amount of wards, as well as the Necro Book already up on Xiaowei. Xiaowei is the leader for this new Midas Necro trend, it looks like.
Take a look.
Is it him? I don't know who it is, but...
I would say, like, people were building more Midases to begin with, but Misery on Crystal Maiden was the first time anyone just sat up and said, oh, wait a minute, you can just build Midas on anyone, and it'll still work. But,
I've known this for a long time. Now my secret's gone out.
I got a good friend of mine I play Dota with. His name's Dig. He's actually a semi-famous Italian YouTube guy in the gaming community, and we play Dota about every day. He builds nothing but Midas Boots of Travel on every hero. Literally every single hero. And he has been harping that this was going to be the next big thing. And you know what? Dig, you were right. I was saying on the D2L broadcast, DD going to be lassoed back. And they've got him down to half health. They need to get there quick and in a hurry, though. The counter initiation behind. Couple of stuns come out. There's the Gale that actually whiffs. Rabbit will have his Aegis popped off. There's a Cold down the caught a couple. Zhao 8 got off the Poison Nova. There's a hook that's going to shoot across. They managed to grab one, and Lifestealer Infest back out.
Chain Frost.
Zhao 8 barely able to survive. They end up trading 1 for 2 in another kind of weird engagement. These fights are getting quite spread out. We saw that in Game 1 as well. Both teams just not really having a lot to chain together in terms of chains of initiation and so forth.
It was a awkward initiation. Like, Batrider really wanted to go on over to here, and he can't really just go through up front just because they're expecting it from there. So he kind of had to take like the awkward angle going around back. But LGD, it's not. They don't. Gyrocopter was up in front. He lost his Aegis. Not a big deal. They don't really have a good target to go on. It's a problem. Like, do you really want to use your Infest Bomb on a Venomancer? Do you really want to use it on like a Gyrocopter with Aegis? Do you want to use it on a Ventral Spirit? And if you use it on anyone else besides Ventral Spirit, you run the risk of it being just broken by swap. So it's a really difficult position for Rattlesnake right now, and I think they made the best of a bad situation. They did lose 2-1 in the fight, as well as lose the tower, but that's pretty much the best you can ask for, really, at this point in the game. You're looking at like a 17,000 gold deficit right now.
Now I'm beginning to think that your over-under on Midases might have been the right one, man, because I took the over in a heartbeat, but it looks like we're going to stay under, unless something really goes crazy with...
Rabbit is getting destroyed, though. Oh, no. Turn around. No Infest for 9 seconds. Oh, that must hurt.
Duo.
Poor guy.
Brought down, and DD there with the hook to bail his buddy out. Rattlesnake
More Necro Books.
Yep. I actually had the items tab up just to look at the Necro Books growing. Now we're going to have 1-2-1 engaged upon. Mech's there to keep him alive a little bit longer. DD looking for a target. Will come in and just bang down. Down go the cogs, but that BKB will be off. He actually flame broke him out of his own cogs that time. And they do bring down the bat as well. So Yao continues to just add track kill after track kill to this. And Johnny, not quite killed by the Shuriken, but certainly going to be forced back to the well. And yep, more Necro books, more Midases. Like, why don't they just random every hero? They're going to build the same items on everyone anyway.
I know, seriously. Midas, Phase, Necro Book. Or sometimes they go Trez, I guess. And Execute and Arcane. So just Midas, Brown Boots, Necro Book. That's it.
And the tier 3.
We see early close to this game, though. They're pushing the tier 3 right now. We already see Necro 3 up on Xiaowei. I mean, as much as we're harping on the build, he does get his Necro 3 really, really fast.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's all in good fun. It's just teams have come to be of the mind that getting very quick Necro books and Midases are apparently the way to win. And it's weird. It's bizarre, but it's fun. And we knew this was coming, too. And this is one of those things like the day that 6.79 came out, Merlini, we talked about how, yeah, there are some obvious changes, Roche and so on and so forth, that we knew were going to have a big influence. But this is just one of those things no one had really expected to just start happening randomly. And that's the fun of a big patch like this, is that feeling of wonder, like anything's possible and you can actually do something to break the mold and really be a trendsetter.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, well, we are seeing some trends being set for sure.
The trend. The one trend. Looks like
Midas Necro Book before Mech on Xiaowei.
I saw that actually.
It's the manly build.
And the tier 2 bottom, last remaining outer tier tower. Doesn't look like it's going to be contested too hotly. Rattlesnake actually dropped the Nether Ward there for no good reason whatsoever, and that's
that makes it really easy for them to push up to T3 right now.
I was
they
say,
should push up right now.
That makes
they
no
have to push
sense
up, though, because Nature's Prophet is taking out the wave behind the back, so they don't push up this wave. They're gonna have to wait like 45 seconds to push.
Here we go, moving up. Luo's there, and there's a stun on the Luo. Can they get the damage done? Gale's there and the track, so he loses half his health immediately. And they are just trying to hold the line, basically, with the wave, as you said, being cut by the Nature's Prophet.
Ever. That was a really smart move by whoever was over there. Oh, it was the Bat Rider. Did I say Nature's Prophet? I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, I meant Bat Rider. They're the same thing. They all get the same items anyways.
Yep, exactly.
Interchangeable.
The LGD, really, I mean, what else can you say? When you look at their late game with the Gyrocopter, the Gyro versus Lifestealer, I mean, it can go either way based on supporting cast. This is going to hurt, and there's a hook that actually goes off the mark. They should get good swap. Can they stun him? Nope. They do manage to track him, so they're going to know when he's coming back to Earth. In the meantime, behind us, 1-2-1, in some trouble. Killed one more time, and they did manage to track down the Bat, too. He couldn't stay off the map forever. He was tracked out, so they knew exactly where he would be. And this just almost feels like an exercise in futility. I mean, LGD is so far ahead. They have 3 Midases up. And now, how many Necro books is that? 4?
Wow, Gyrocopter is going for a Necro book? Seriously? Like, What in the world? Wow. Like, this is literally getting absurd.
I'm beginning to wonder if this isn't some huge conspiracy by professional Dota teams to just troll all of us. Like, seriously. Like, I don't know. Whatever, it's working. Down goes the tier 3. And GG should be coming soon. Realistically, even if they defend here, there's really nothing they can do. There's really nothing they can do.
They have 0 Midases. They can't win. We need our stats man back.
It'd just be nothing but Midas stats. That's all we would get. And there's a cooldown that does some good damage. LGD manages to get the racks off. Goes the Poison Nova 1-2-1. There's going to be a lasso onto Xiaowei. They're going to try and drag him into the well. They manage to track down Luo and kill him off. And, yeah, 4 staff. There it is. GG. So, 25 minutes, and our second series goes about the way of the first. Very quick romping by the favorite team, and LGD remains unblemished in Eastern Division play here in the HyperX D2L. With that win, they mathematically clinch a playoff spot, no matter if they win, lose, or draw any game from here on out, and continue their quest for perfection and their quest for that direct seeding to our grand finals in Las Vegas, Nevada, coming up the first week of January. So, I mean, we joked around most of that match, and, you know, I know that makes some viewers angry, and sorry, guys, you just got to deal with it, man. I mean, when it's Necro books coming out on Gyro and Midases across the board, you're going to get some jokes, especially when it's a game like this that ended. Oh, last time the gold graph actually didn't reset whenever it was over. So if I can pull it back up. Something like 25,000 gold was what separated these teams by the time all was said and done. But, I mean, on the analysis side, Merlini, I dare you to analyze this game without using the word Midas. Go.
Well, Lich And Lich is like the hot pick right now. They got him value pick for last pick, but it didn't really seem like he really did anything in the lane. He kind of babysat Lifestealer. Lifestealer unable to compete with the farm of everybody else on LGD. Fat Rider not as effective as before too. It really went wrong when they decided to dive Xiao 8 on bottom. He got a double kill without dying himself. That just delayed everything on the side of the Radiant. They weren't able to get their blink out fast enough, no armlet fast enough on the Lifestealer too. They also just really suffered in the way of leveling. They had no lasso until way late, no chain frost, no infest, and without those, LGD just romped them. Yep. Venomancer put so much pressure on the towers with his max plague wards too, and now I am starting to see why LGD values Venomancer as such a high pick. Although it is really good versus Pugna, it seems pretty good in like most situations too. Decent versus BKB, decent AoE, decent at teamfight, decent at pushing, decent at farming apparently too. But nobody broke 600 DPM. Gross. You should be ashamed of yourself, LGD China, with those items.
Exactly. And not just those items. I see way too many pairs of boots. Like, why are you even getting footwear if you don't have a Midas? Like, why is there a pair of phase boots on Vengeful Spirit and no Midas? It just makes no sense. And to tell you the truth, it's a wonder they won it all. But, jokes aside, LGD strings together another impressive series and gets the win over Rattlesnake. 25 minutes, 18 seconds all the time. It took them 25-10. The final kill score. I'm your host here in AC Chambers, joined by Ben Merlini Wu. And yeah, that game's behind us. Looking ahead to our last series of the day, going to be Rising Stars back in action. Going to look to finally get a win on the board, but if they're going to do so, yeah, they're going to be doing it against another tough team. And in Team DK, maybe you heard.
A little tough.
Yeah, maybe you heard. They're all right. That's what I hear. Anyway, guys, thanks for being a part of the broadcast. We should probably have another long period of downtime, probably something. Yep, 1 hour, says Sesh, as he calls out, and I see the one finger go up over the wall of monitors. That's how he signals me. I just see the hand go up, and he says thumbs up or go, or 1 hour. Then he waves, whenever something's going wrong, and he can't get my attention anywhere else. He does the Team America World Police, this number. But anyway, guys, thanks for being here, and make sure you stick around. Go play a game of Dota in the meantime, something like that. Make sure you hit up all the various social networks. You can find me on Twitter and elsewhere as always. I'm at AC on Twitter, at AYESEE on Facebook, YouTube, everywhere else, Twitch as well as ACTV. And Merlini, go ahead and drop the social media links for yourself, my friend.
You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, all the same, /Merlini Dota. You can also catch me streaming at twitch.tv/Merlini Dota on most nights US time.
There you go. And all you newer players especially, make sure you check out Merlini, one of the best educational streamers going, and has just a wealth of content. And he will make you better at Dota whether you want to or not, because he'll tell you to build Midas. And so long as you know to build Midas, followed by Necrobook, you'll win every game. So, but we'll find out just how many Midas will be in play coming up in our third series about an hour from now. In the meantime, guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back with the Eastern Division here on the HyperX D2L.